PYP lead and schools. I just want to welcome everyone, warmly welcome you all to today's series session. We are excited, especially excited to have Dr. Nkechi with us, a highly respected medical professional with a wealth of experience in public health, life, and wellness. And this session is quite important because in today's fast-paced world, especially in our industry, staying healthy while constantly on the move is it's quite a rich challenge. That's why today's topic, if you ask me, is quite important for us. Most of us sit down on our workstation for quite a long time without even observing, standing up to prevent ergonomic hazard. So this, to me, if you ask me, this is quite important topic. So whether you're in the field or behind the screen or in between meeting, this session promises to be practical insight to that which we can all apply to live healthier and and for a more balanced life. So thank you for joining us this morning once more. And with that, I will hand over to Olaito. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jensek, for that. So, for our agenda, we'll just start with I think opening remarks. So, which I believe that the Gensec has done a part of it, and I believe the YP lead will take the opening remarks. And then we'll have the safety brief and introduction of our facilitator. Then we go into the presentation properly. We take Q&A, vote of thanks, announcements by the PS, and closing remarks. So, YP lead, Mr. Oluwaseun Ogundipe, are you on the call to take us to the opening remarks?
Yeah, so the lead is not on the call, so but he's going to join us after now. So but Mr. Abel has done a better part of it, so we can go ahead.
All right, all right. Thank you very much. So let's just go straight to the safety brief. And then we also introduce our facilitator. So because this is a virtual session, we want you guys to please know that the webinar is being recorded, and please try as much as possible not to share any personal or sensitive information in the chat. Also, for the microphones and noise control, please make sure that you are muted, because automatically you're actually muted upon entry. And please do not unmute yourself unless you want to talk. And please reduce your background noise before you unmute yourself. Also, for the chat etiquette, use the chat function respectfully and only for relevant questions or comments. We do not accept harassment, offensive language, or spam. And if you do this, we might need to remove you from the session. All right. For the technical safety, please do not click on suspicious links shared in the chat, and you should only follow links that is being shared by the host or designated speakers. Be aware of your environment, be aware of your surroundings. You need to choose a quiet space for full concentration, and should also let others around you know you are in a session. If you are joining with a headphone, please keep your headphone volume at a moderate level to protect your hearing. And also, in terms of sitting position, make sure you are seated uprightly, your back rested, your head held up high, so you don't have pains. All right, so that's it for the safety brief. We'll just go straight into introducing our facilitator. She's someone very dear to me, and we did training together some months ago. In fact, even last year as well. She's a health practitioner. She's someone that is very, very sound, and I will just be reading her profile now. So Dr. Nkechi Iwuala is a highly esteemed medical doctor with over 10 years of clinical expertise. As a family physician, she is known for delivering comprehensive healthcare and has earned a reputation for excellence among her peers. She's a member of several professional bodies, including the West African College of Physicians, the Society of Lifestyle Medicine of Nigeria, and the Nigerian Society of Hypertension underscoring her commitment to staying current with medical advancements. Fondly called Dr. Ketch. Yes, I call her Dr. Ketch. She's also a certified health coach, focusing on the lifestyle management of diabetes, hypertension, obesity, dyslipidemia, and more. Our holistic, evidence-based approach emphasizes the role of nutrition, exercise, and behavioral change in health outcomes. We are eating good this morning. She's a passionate public speaker and wellness facilitator, frequently educating schools and corporate organizations on sustaining healthy lifestyles. As a member of Junior Chamber International, JCI, she is actively involved in leadership and community service and is a graduate of both the basic and advanced JCI Trainers Academy. In 2024, she won the iconic Health Advocate Award, recognizing her contributions to health education. Outside her career, she is married and a proud mother of two boys. Mama for the boys. She enjoys cooking. Okay, PS. Thank you, PS. She enjoys cooking, traveling, and cherishing time with family and friends, and embracing a well-rounded, fulfilling lifestyle. Please, with virtual clap, let's bring in our facilitator for this morning, Dr. Nkechi Iwuala. Please, virtual claps, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Olaito, for that introduction. Appreciate everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. Please, can you confirm that you can hear me? Am I
Yes, Doc, I
audible,
can
please?
hear you.
Okay. It's been an interesting morning. It's like so that I've been doing a lot of laughing. Let me just confess at the back end, because I really Saturday morning. I penned down a lot of things to, you know, just to be here. I thought would not let me be. So I was really looking at the time, the children and all of that. But I'm hoping that in the short time I'd intended, I would hope that we'll finish by 11. But I'm hoping that in the short time I'll try as much as possible, to do the needful, and please let it be engaging. I hope we are all attentive. I know that, again, like I said, it's Saturday morning. We have things that would take our time, cooking, chores, cleaning, and all of that. Please, I hope that we'll all engage and we'll all be available for this presentation. Okay, so I've been asked to speak on healthy tips on the go, incorporating healthy eating, hydration, and other healthy lifestyle habits so that we can live a healthier life. And the goal of this is to live optimally, to have optimal health. If you are ill, you will not go to work. Whether you are on the field or you're in the office, you will not be able to go to work. And I'm sure that if you have that one colleague that is always taking sick off, it doesn't sit down well with a lot of us, because that's more work for you, right? So having, just being healthy optimally goes a long way to helping us, live a healthier life, make more impacts, in our community, to live a happy life with our family members, make friends, and what have you. Okay, so we'll just go right into the presentation. Thank you again, Olaito, and the leadership of the NYPA. I hope I got that right. Okay, let me just keep for it. NAPE. I appreciate you all. Okay, please, let's go on to the next slide. Please help me with this slide. Okay, so we'll just go with this outline. We'll find some terms, right? If you need to correct some things, correct them. And then please, you can note your questions. Somebody said my network is breaking. Is it just one person, or it's the same for everyone?
Yes, a bit is a bit shaky.
What are we going to do? It's not clear at all.
Yeah, it's clear, but just a bit shaky.
Okay, because the other device that I would have used for the Wi-Fi, for some reason, you could whether you said you didn't see it in the lobby.
Yes, yes. So in fact, as a matter of fact, now anybody can join without even staying in the lobby now.
I don't know why though. I don't know if it's because it's the same. I don't know. Does Gmail have anything to do with this? If it's the same email address, I don't think so.
Maybe you can log in the same device.
Yeah, so that's why
the same account, different device.
yes. So I wanted to, unless I log out of this one and then use another, I can't log in with the same device. No, it's the same. It's just this one I used to sign in. So I'm talking that you guys can hear me clearly.
Yeah, you can go ahead. We can actually hear you. Just that it's a bit shaky, but it's okay. We can manage it.
Okay. My apologies for that. Where were we? So look at some unhealthy habits that is common amongst us. Some we know, some we do not know. The impact of these unhealthy habits on our health, and then action plan. And then I mean, if I just do a brief survey now to say what are the healthy things that you need to do. I would hear eat fruit. Like I already said, eat fruit, eat vegetables, do this one, do that one. But the question, even if you ask a primary school pupil, they'll tell you, right? But why do we not do them? And that is that is where habits, come into play, because it's something that has been ingrained in us. We have done it for some of us 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. I understand that we are between ages 18 and 40. So we've done it for a very long time. So now uninstalling them and then installing new habits may be difficult, or it will be difficult. But I mean, if you awareness is the first step towards change. So if you're able to, if you now see that this all of these habits, might not sleeping well, might not eating well, it's not serving me, and it's going to put me at risk of developing certain diseases, then it just makes sense to do a 360 turn gradually, right, until you are able to inculcate and install the healthy ones, and just continue in that lifestyle. Okay, next slide, please. So these are the things that we are going to do. I'm hoping that we get to do at the end of this presentation, and then using a chat. We can move on to the next slide. So can you please share with me? I mean, when we came into 2025, I don't used to do it though. Did I do it? I cannot remember. But I know a lot of people. I'll go to the gym. I'll spend 2 hours in the gym every day. I'll be eating 10 apples every day. Vegetables, in fact, maybe 6 times a day. I'll do this one. I'll do that one. Fit farm. All of those goals that you set for yourself, especially with regards to health. Can you please share in the chat? What are your health goals? It doesn't have to be something highfalutin. It may just be that I'll take walks. I'll start taking walks 10 minutes a day, just to incorporate movement into my daily life. So just put it in the chat. How to read. If I not see any response, we will not proceed. And once it's 11, we already have 15 minutes. Once it's 11, I'll just say thank you very much. Taking a walk daily. Thank you, David. Okay, so David has 50 minutes. This is nice. Even me, I know they do it this one. Okay, challenge accepted. Okay, next, I like to. Who else? What people this chat? Only 3 people I can see here. Please, can you share with us? It's only one person. If I need 5 people to respond. If I don't see 5 people, we will not proceed. And if we don't proceed, once it's 11, I'll just say thank you very much. 10 minutes. Okay. Philip says 10 minutes exercise every day. Okay, not bad. That's very good. Eat fruit. This eat fruit weekly. Is it one weekly, like maybe 1 apple once a week, or 1 apple every day weekly? Abel, 1 apple once a week. Okay, that's fine. At all. So I have 3 people. I have 3 responses. remain to. Sorry, I speak pidgin as well, so I hope you guys don't mind. It's not all of us that used to speak phone or through presentation. Okolaito says exercise daily by 5 a.m. Okay, thank you. Prosper says I said I will have a consistent homework in the mode. My guy, no really reflecting. Okay, so thank you all for sharing that. So it's very, very important, right? So we have all of these goals. Okay, so somebody says exercise daily, 5 a.m. What is the time to is the goal smart? So is it realistic for you to wake up at 5 a.m. depending based on your schedule? How many hours are you going to do the exercise? Are you going to use a YouTube follow videos, or you're going to you already have a routine, or you want to run, or you want to jog, or you want to skip? So you do that. Somebody says, okay, so I guess this is admin. It says I promise to hit the gym 3 times a week. We promise. Is it promise? Promise that time. How is that going? Hope it's going well. Just type that in the chat as well. Okay, yeah. So we have all of these things. I mean, like if for some of us who are Christians, the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak, and this is common to man. It's not only one person that goes through this. It's something that is very, very common. But the idea is, if you do not do it today, you get to do it tomorrow. If you don't do it tomorrow, you get to just start and be consistent. And that doesn't even have to be 5, something elaborate, 1 hour. Somebody has said 10 minutes. Before you know, 10 minutes becomes like 1 minute, and then you increase it again to 20 minutes, you increase it to 30 minutes. That's how it works. Okay, so let's now define some terms. For you to be in optimal health, it means that you have your most desired, satisfactory, and your best and most favorable self, right? Apart from boosting your self-esteem, it helps with your mood, it helps with, like, it affects your emotions, it affects every area of your life, socially, emotionally, physically, even spiritually. I think when they sick, no fit pray. Okay. Wellness is also the act of practicing healthy habits on a daily basis. See the word there is daily. And if you hear in my presentation, I'm also into lifestyle medicine, right? And it is lifestyle medicine, lifestyle, what we do every day. And there are 6 pillars of that lifestyle medicine. Healthy habits, so what we eat, right? How we move, so exercise, physical activity, sleep, stress, for the ones who take toxic substances, tobacco, alcohol, and then relating with people, positive connectedness. All of these each of these pillars are like medications. So there is prescription for those ones. So for nutrition, you have to eat this one. For exercise, do this one. For sleep, do this one, 6 to 8 hours, 7 hours, 4 hours, whatever. Right? So apart from using medications to treat, you then use also your lifestyle to treat. And most of the conditions that we are seeing nowadays, especially amongst young people, hypertension, diabetes, even mental illnesses, irritable bowel syndrome, that when somebody just keeps having unstable, the tummy keeps alternating with diarrhea, constipation, on and off, especially with food, cancers, and then for guys, erectile dysfunction. A lot of guys now 35, 30, 40 coming down with erectile dysfunction. I am wondering, guy, what will happen? Is it stress? Is it food? But our lifestyle has changed. It has changed and is impacting heavily on our health. For a guy who has erectile dysfunction, the home front, you will feel like he's less of a man. And then issues then start coming. So it then goes beyond erectile dysfunction. It can affect his mental health. Depression can come in. The home can scatter. There's marital disharmony. And then it goes on and on like that. Just because of, a lot of times unhealthy lifestyle. So all of these, unhealthy, previous slide. I know I want to see if I missed out on anything. Yeah, so these are some of these unhealthy habits. So some of these unhealthy habits, by the time you do them over time, especially when you leave home, at least for some of us, when we are home, we see our parents tried, at least in our generation when we were growing up, not in this current generation now, because the children now are babies, children are less than 10, 15, they're coming down with type 2 diabetes, hypertension, and there's a lot in clinic. Again, their lifestyle is changing. They are not trekking as we used to trek. They don't play all those weighted we used to do after school. Now they are riding in jeeps, they are dropping them off at school, video games. So they are sedentary. And they are eating a lot of indomie, eating a lot of packed juices, pastries, pizza, and all of that. And then we are tilting them to these chronic diseases that would affect them even now, not later anymore. So eating, doing this unhealthy habits over time, we then predispose one to these diseases. So what are these things called? For eating foreign food, lots of processed food, too much salty food can lead to hypertension, too much pastries, buns, puff puff, meat pie, cake. They are filled with saturated fat, trans fats that can clog up the arteries, lead to hypertension.
My name is from the Department of Geology.
Can I go ahead? Okay. Fizzy drinks, consuming lots of sugar, soft drinks, soda, packed juices, and then just taking too much calorie, and then we are not expending those calories. And then lots of animal protein like beef and co, they are filled with fat. Not drinking enough water. So when we are eating, a lot of that, I know people who do not take water to eat. Even some of my colleagues, they have to step it down with a bottle of a Coca-Cola, and that's like 3 bottles a day. So you can imagine the load of sugar such person is taking in. So drinking too much caffeinated soda, especially at night, because to affect your sleep. Sedentariness. So you're just sitting down. For those of us who work in the office, right? So you sit down 8 hours, 3 hours at a stretch, 4 hours, 5 hours. It's unhealthy. People work from home, Lagos traffic, not using the stairs, using the elevator instead of the stairs. Just those ones, they don't even move at all. Poor posture, a lot of offices. I know that maybe it's not within our control. The kind of chairs that we use, including the human being speaking, it do not give us good chairs that support our back, and this leads to back pain, neck pain, spondylosis, and you just keep having back pain. And that one too, pain is not something anybody should live with. Poor sleep, eating dinner late, and the poor stress management techniques. So all of these things, taking tobacco, alcohol, smoking, would lead to these diseases, and I'm sure we know them. Okay, next slide. So these diseases, I've mentioned them: hypertension, type 2 diabetes, cancers, low back pain, which we call spondylosis, stroke, sudden death. I'm sure we are hearing somebody 35-year-old slumps and dies. Somebody driving, you go. Somebody sleeps and does not wake up. Sometimes it's not village people. There was a time in clinic, in one day, I really do not know that in a day, I saw 3 guys. And unfortunately, these are men. Of course, there are also women, but for that particular day, the man, three young men, less than 141, 2 less than 40, coming down with chronic kidney diseases. And for one person, right, the blood pressure of that person was 230 over, I think, 120. And then the person will say, doctor, what is it? For 230, sometimes should be, 120 over 80, less than 120 over 80. And they are telling me 230 over 120. Kilo shele. He said, on your son, I think I was seeing on Thursday. He said, okay, so I work in Ibadan. So I see a lot of Yoruba patients. Apologies for people who do not speak Yoruba. So then he said, Lord, your Sunday, only 280 over. Madam, and you are still saying it, with pride and co. So for some of, and that was the first time we discovered the person had hypertension. Sadly, that affected the kidney, so there's already chronic kidney disease ongoing. And we see these things a lot. It's expensive, very expensive managing these complications when they arise. So when people say, taking fruit, healthy eating is expensive, try being unhealthy. For people who have heart failure, diabetes with complications, for some, they have to cut off their legs. The ones who have kidney diseases, the ones who have heart attack that do not even survive, or stroke that cannot then walk. So you would then see that taking one apple a day. That's 500 naira. Or orange or apple or banana, 200 naira. Watermelon, one slice, 100 naira, 200. This that is way cheaper. Okay. So what do we then do going forward? So let me ask in the chat. 24 hours directory record. I'm not going to judge anyone. Yesterday, okay, let me first see my own. Yesterday, okay, yesterday I drank Gary. I like Gary. So yesterday I drank Gary and granite. Then I ate noodles with cabbage, carrots, and all those things. So that's what I basically ate yesterday. Oh yeah, I don't confess my own sin now. So see, all of us, we are all on the path to getting better. So what did you eat yesterday? Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So that's what I ate all through yesterday. I didn't have breakfast. It was just later I ate. It was intentional though, because I'm on leave, so I'm not as active as if I go to work. Because I know that I won't really burn it. So I would then, just adjust what I eat. So please share in the chat, rice and stew. Was that all you ate us today? Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, including snacks, puff, chin, moi, meat pie, donuts, malt, Coca-Cola. Just list them in the chat. So when you are typing your own, just say rice and maybe breakfast, rice and stew. I'm not going to ask you for the quantity. If you include vegetable, include vegetable. If there's meat, include meat. I know some of you are so rich that you take meat, fish, and egg in one meal. I have somebody like that. So just all the things that you ate in the past 24 hours, including drinks and snacks, popcorn, please include them. Let's see how far we are. Let's do this assessment for ourselves. Okay. Ademola says rice and stew. Is that how you ate? Admin, I don't know if it's NAPE or NAPE. I don't know what you guys call it, so I don't murder it. Malt in the afternoon.
NAPE.
Okay, thank you.
NAPE, yeah.
Malt in the afternoon, chicken and chips, supper. Okay, the only two responses I've seen. The other people fasted for 24 hours. That's very good. Okay. If we are fasting, NAPE, what are people fasting for? I like to yourself, no job. I don't want to fried rice and chicken. Okay. That's what we talked about yesterday. You didn't drink water. Okay. So why the responses are coming in? Bread and peanut butter in the afternoon, I can custard in the evening. God I beg. Okay, God will help. So as for nutrition, one of the founding, those are our Greek philosophers says, I'm not sure if it's Plato or Hippocrates, I think it's Hippocrates. It says, let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food. And honestly, that's what food should be. Food should be medicine. If we eat food in its natural or at least minimally processed state, a lot of these diseases will not experience it. And that's what, I don't know, me, I was at a Paco growing up. I grew up in Ajegule, so we're not particularly like premium suffered, right? So we trek to school. Somebody says there is a difference between trekking and walking. At Paco, they trek, but in nine they walk. So we used to trek like very far, 1 hour, 2 hours. So that I know how I don't even know where the fast one from come. And then we eat home cooked meals. There was no pocket money to start buying sweets and biscuits. We take food to school, come back, we eat our eba. And my mom there will make sure she buys food. And I'm sure it's very common amongst other families. We're not brought up with eating meat pie. All these pizzas, they never even did that time. So eating all this pizza, meat pie, they take to Mr. Biggs, or which one they in that time? Mr. Biggs tantalizers. It was a luxury. You don't readily see those things. But now, hey, it is serious. So we're eating a lot of processed foods. We're eating a lot of sausages. It's like the more affluent, the more wealthy, the more money that they enter our hand, we become. The more we throw our health into the ring, and then it now looks like, I don't land. So all the shawarma you have not eaten in the past 30 years, begin to eat them. shawarma with 2 sausages, pizza, start eating takeout. I don't know what the mode of preparation of this, how they prepare their meals. So what I usually is, as much as possible, cook your meals. If you cannot cook your meals and you can afford to outsource it, or make sure you give whoever is cooking the meal specifications. Use little oil, use little salt. Because some of these people, they fry the oil that they use to cook jollof rice. Maybe that's what they use it to fry chicken for the past 2 weeks. And then it's now that's changed and become transferred. And they'll use a lot of maggi, a lot of salt, because the food has to be sweet so that they can sell. And then we eat these things, and they were wondering why you're coming down with diabetes and hypertension. Okay, so food can be our medicine. Let's go back to fruits. Let's go back to vegetables. If you've not been doing them, you can start with one meal. For those of us who eat 3 times a day, as much as possible, see this plate. Let your plate be like this. Half of the plate should be vegetables and fruit. It can be banana, avocado, carrot, cabbage, green leafy vegetables. Even if you want to do a foil, use very little oil and don't overcook, the food. Some of us will not see, if oil is not dancing in our stew or in our soup, we have not started. And that's too much fat going on in our body, clogging up our arteries. Okay, so you divide your plate into 2. One half is vegetables, the other half you divide it into 2 again. And then 1/4 of that is your protein, and then the other quarter is now the carbs. So when we say carbs are the enemy, carbs aren't the enemy. We need all the food classes. I'm sure we know them: protein, carbohydrates, fat and oil, vitamins, minerals. We need all of them to function. Okay? If you take fruit has glucose, because the end product of carbohydrate is glucose. So fruit has glucose. So it doesn't have to be maybe yam. Of course, you can eat your yam. Yam is natural. But what's the mode of preparation of your yam? Do you fry it or do you boil it? Okay, because it's a lot of times our foods are not particularly bad. It's how we prepare it. Semo is processed wheat that the fiber has been taken off. So rather take semo, why not go to the market, buy your wheat and blend it and eat your swallow. You can take your gari, pounded yam with practice portion control. Whole grains, legumes, that's your beans, your lentils, soya beans, fruit and vegetables. There are plenty in the market. You don't have to go and be looking for broccoli or kale or cauliflower. There is efo, there is gure, there is ugu, there is, what is it called now? Watermelon, pineapple. But some of us, if we are looking for strawberry and blueberries and raspberries, that's what we are looking for. Whereas we have even avocado. When all these things are in season, as much as possible, load up your body with them. Now we at least, even those malams now, they sell beetroot, some of them sell kiwi and those other vegetables, parsley, celery, and co. But if they're not readily available in your area, use the one that you have. Use the one that you have. Use the vegetables readily available to you. That's what your body understands. Nuts, granite, peanut, cashew nuts, they are very good, which high in protein, fiber, omega-3 fatty acids. Also be careful because it's also high in fat. If you take too much of it, you can also gain weight. So you may think you are eating unhealthy, you are taking fruit, but then you are consuming a lot of calories. Same with dried fruit. For those of us that say, I don't like the fresh one, I want to dry it. If you buy dried fruit and you check the back, check the label, each one sachet I want to use as snack can be as high as over 1,000. Can be as high as over 1,000 calories for just snack. If you are snacking on 1,000 calories and you are eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and your total daily calorie can be as high as 3,000, 4,000, how many are you using? The remaining one will store as fat. So that's just the logic behind that. Okay, so our tubers, cocoyam, yam, and then of course water. Take less animal products. Use oil, very little oil. Avocado and olive oil are the best options for the heart, though expensive. So if you must use our regular vegetable oils, then you just really need very little. Okay. Next slide. Now, our movement. So I know that some of us are on the field, those ones may be more active, but then the challenge will then be what they will then eat. So one tip for that would then be, there's some fruits that do not spoil easily. So things like apple, they do not spoil easily. So you want to, as much as possible, have a snack, have a bottle of water in your bag, right? So that when you are hungry, you have something healthy to snack on. Have some nuts in your bag so that when you're hungry again, you have something to snack on. Eat one fruit at least. WHO says 5 servings of fruits and vegetables every day. So for that person that says one fruit weekly, it is 5 every day. So if you're going to eat 3 times a day, so this means that each of your plate vegetable should be represented in your plate. Not all those sprinkle of green peas that they put. You just see like 4 green peas in a large bowl of rice. That's what we're talking about. Half of the plate. So breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It can be apple, maybe apple with your meal, and then vegetables and whatnot with your lunch, and then another one with your dinner. And then in between the meals, you can then snack on fruits. Now you already have your 5 servings like that. You can just have that at the back of your mind or in front of your mind. Whichever position you want to put it, to always remember that fruits and vegetables must be represented in my meal. So for activity, moderate intensity aerobic exercise, so like brisk walking, it can be swimming, jogging, running, okay, 150 minutes every week. So this is like 30 minutes 5 times a week or 15 minutes 3 times a week. Okay, this is for us to be healthy, for our heart health. Heart health is what we call in medical terms cardiovascular health. And cardiovascular diseases is already accounting for over 80% of death amongst young persons. So it's a very serious and common disease. Okay. And then muscle strengthening exercise is also very key. So we can lift weights, can use resistance band, even for the women. Can do that twice a week. So you're not trying to build muscle. You're trying to have your muscle, healthy, especially for the women. Because by the time you get into menopause, the muscle starts thinning out, the bone starts thinning out, and then the risk of fracture, so that the bone is breaking, increases. So you need to, do all of those exercises to keep them strong. So that's what that is meant for. So moderate exercise, 150 minutes 150 minutes every week. If it is vigorous that you are doing activity, you cannot talk 75 minutes a week. So that's 25 minutes 3 times a week. Then for muscle strengthening exercises, so lifting weights, using resistance band, at least 2 times a week, you incorporate that. So those people going to the gym or you want to do it at home, please use a guide, get a guide. You can use YouTube or get a personal coach. It goes a long way. These are some of the things that we should use our money for. Move more. So for those ones who are in the office and they're always sitting down, every 1 hour, set your alarm for every hour. I've said the tips already. Set your alarm for every hour. Maybe 5 minutes to the time or 10 minutes to the time. Just walk around. If your restroom is very clean, go to the restroom, do some jumping jacks, maybe 30, do some squats, come back, another hour you go. Concern you whether they say it the stand up. You are the one that knows what you want to do. Okay, just move around. Don't stay at a place for more than 1 hour. Okay. You can park your car a distance away from your workplace. There's a safe car park so that you can walk the remaining distance. By the time you do that too, and then do that in the evening, you would achieve some 15-20 minutes. You have achieved some 15-20 minutes already. If you have elevator, don't use the elevator, use the stairs. Even if you are doing 4th floor, even if it's 4th floor, you see you have 4 floors. Climb the stairs. That's your opportunity to work on your heart. Okay, so if you are receiving phone call, you don't have to sit down to take a 1 hour phone call. You can, move around, in your room, at home, your office, front and back. Just be working right, receiving the call. You're adding to your steps, and then you can skip, you can dance, you can run. Just find the one that you love. I love to walk. I love to dance. So if I don't particularly like to run, my power to the carry am. So if I can do short distance, walk the remaining, do short again, walk the remaining. But if you know you love to run and you love to jog and you don't like to dance, then do your running and jogging. If you like to dance, you don't like to walk, dance instead of run. The idea is to get more steps, into your day. I don't keep postponing it. Okay, next slide. Please move in the slide for me. So posture, for those of us in the office, see the way these human beings are sitting down. So this is just back pain. And then even the young people, back pain, whether arthritis or just mechanical pain, muscle spasm, we see that a lot as well. When you have abnormally positioned the particular part of the body and you want to then return back to position, there's going to be a strain on that part. So proper positioning is very key. Get appropriate chairs. If you can afford it in your home office or anywhere, get appropriate chair, desk, and then you can check online or get a physiotherapist to help you with that. Use good mattresses. Some people orthopedic bed or some orthopedic bed, something firm, not the one that you sit down or lie down and then the thing sinks inside. It's not going to support your back. And if you do that for a while, you won't sleep well and then you have back pain. Okay, so always factor that in. Next slide. So these are the picture for correct sitting position. You sit upright. Okay, sit upright. The way our back is not straight. The spine is not straight. So the chair you need to get should support the back so that it will reduce the likelihood of getting muscle strain. Same with standing. Stand straight, your neck straight, facing forward. So that you don't stand and then you lean on one side. There's going to be pain on that leg. There's going to be pain on the muscle that is going to be stretching there. And then you keep loading on analgesics, paracetamol, ibuprofen, diclofenac. And then later you start having ulcer-like pain, start vomiting blood. And then just continues like that. Okay, so posture is very, very important. Very, very important. It can be even neck, neck pain, back pain. It's serious. It's very common. No, you can't move. Talk about sleep and so sleep hygiene. So some of us that think sleep is luxury or sleep is for lazy people. Let's disabuse that. Let's just delete that from our mind. Sleep is medicine, okay? And it's something that we should also prioritize. Take a one bath if it works for you. Dinner should take it 3 to 4 hours before bedtime, so that at least digestion happens within 4 hours, depending on what you eat. So if you eat early, your food or most of digestion has taken place. Not one that you eat and then 20 minutes or 15 minutes. In fact, you are eating itself, you are falling asleep. And then so the body to be resting and healing and rejuvenating and doing what you should be doing. Body is digesting food. And then you wake up feeling very tired, heavy, bloated. Okay, so plan your dinner. 1 hour before bedtime, put up the screens, laptop, phones, whatever, just put them aside and then prepare your body to sleep. You can journal, you can listen to music, you can read hard copy books, not soft copy. Okay, these are some of the things that help you to fall asleep. Because sleep now, there's a pandemic or an epidemic of poor sleep. And one of the causes is our phones using screen late into the night. Our bodies will not sleep. And the brain will keep thinking that daytime is still daytime. Okay. Turn out all bright lights, dim them 1 hour before bedtime so that engage in relaxing activities. You can meditate, you can do yoga, breathing exercises, cool music that you love. Just find a night routine 1 hour before bedtime that prepares your body to sleep. So if you're here, you're struggling to sleep, these are some of the things that you need to do an hour before you then go to bed, like finally, an hour before you shut down, put up the light, build the sheet, and sleep. It's what we call sleep hygiene. It may take a while for the body to readjust. This is what, if you go to the hospital, this is what they will still tell you. If you have a snoring partner, what the best to use? So you have a partner, either you get a partner, your partner will then seek help, or to sleep in another room, or want to bear the snoring, or want to go to bed early earlier so that you can sleep off before your partner comes in, whichever one works for you. Okay, but find what works for you and sleep. The goal is to sleep. Okay, next slide. I think we're almost done. I hope. So now share with us which one else. Oh yeah, in the chat now. Which one healthy? So I've talked about sleep, I've talked about posture, exercise, we've talked about nutrition. So which one healthy habits would you incorporate? So let's know if this our 1 hour that we have spent here, whether we have come to waste our time or we have just come to hear one doctor speak English. Which one healthy habit would you incorporate into your daily routine to move you closer to your health goal? Now, I would even love to see a lot of responses, not just 4 people. So please, let's put in the chat. That's your own. What you tell yourself. Action plan. It doesn't have to cover all 6 pillars or all four areas. You can even start with one, maybe 1 per week. I'll be increasing the time. I'll be adding to it. So which one habits would you incorporate into your daily routine to move you closer to your goal? I'll let you know. I don't see we still sleep here. I've taken permission from my people. So I'm waiting for responses. Okay. So NAPE admin says, I will make sure I turn off the light. What kind of thing is this one? Look at this man. Hey God. Okay, very convenient. Light off, but I'm not sure of the dinner. Turning off your light is not, it's just for you to, some people sleep better when there's light, right? It just ways to prep your body to sleep. Eating dinner take 4 hours before sleeping. Okay, so help me God. Amen. Right sitting position and taking aside gadget, yeah, is very key. Why is everybody talking about sleep? Nobody's talking about food or exercise. I will incorporate more work. Okay, that's good. Is that all? Where are the many people? So it's only admin 1, Olaito 2, Philip 3, Ogene 4. Only 4 people. Where are the rest? No more Eba before bed. We chop Eba at the time we chop am and how much of it. Also, I'll be more intentional about being more mobile at work. Yeah, I hope you do that. For me, I sleep with lights on and I can eat anytime. It's funny. I can wake up in the midnight and I still eat, but I will change. I will also take gym seriously. Thank you for that. I have promised myself. Who is this? Light on. Okay, I promised myself on food and exercise tire. No more promise. Let's just see how it goes. Yeah, just make a plan. Something simple. Don't have to be elaborate. Something simple. 5 minutes, 10 minutes. It can just be before I brush my teeth in the morning in the bathroom, I'll do 30 jumping jacks. Look for when you want to install an habit, right? Look for what do we call that? Habit stacking. Yeah, so look for something that you're already doing that you know that you do. So you would always brush your teeth, I hope. You always have your back. So it cannot be before I jump into the shower, I'll do 30 jumping jacks. Before I jump into the shower, I'll do 10 squats. Or I will do like you just do fast, quick pace jogging, 100. Or I will do, even if you don't have a jump rope, you want to modify like skipping, want to jump for 100 times. Can be that. Before I eat my breakfast, before I have my meal, I have to take a glass of water. Before I do something, I have to eat my vegetables first. When I go to the market, I'll first buy the vegetables and the fruit before I now begin to stock up on the other one. It can be just something that simple. It doesn't have to be all high fancy, grandiose something. Okay. Let's see. So I hope that tip helps. Before I eat my dinner, I would jump for 10 times. I would jump for 100 times. I would squat 10 times. Right? Before I pick my call, another stress management tip I want to even add. Before I pick a call, I will take deep breath 5 times so that I'll calm my nerves. Right? Before I go to my boss, before I start my day work, I'll take deep breath on my desk and then we just bring myself into that zone of zen. Okay? If I continue. So just something simple. Find what you do. 5 fruits in a day, you do it all. I mean, fruits are. I'm just want to buy shawarma. A friend of mine has been sold for shawarma. So he said shawarma in this place, Abuja. I said it's 6K. I said 6K for it. On top what? This is now 2.5 to the seller. So we are eating one shawarma. A bottle of Coke now, I think they said the 600 that be how much. How much is one apple? He said some apple sells 300, 400. So which one cheaper? Watermelon, I think one slice is 200 or so. So which one is cheaper? I think it's just that the other one thing that don't want to, whether it's stress of slicing it. So by the way, the already slice now, wash them. Chopper. Okay, so thank you all for sharing. I hope that let's not just it would be nice if we're able to incorporate this thing so that at least the time we have come here to spend will be worthwhile. Okay, so next slide. I think that should be the final one, I hope. Yeah, so in conclusion, an optimal health is very possible and it's within your reach. All of these things I've said now, no pass like that. Honestly, no pass on. It takes a great deal of intentionality. You have to be intentional. It's not something that just happens. You have to be intentional. You have to, when I wake up, it can be when I wake up in the morning, I will first of all stretch. When I get out of my bed, the first thing I will do is to stretch. Before, maybe you pray or you do what it is that you do. Before I do something, I have to take a glass of water. So what that then means is you put a glass of water beside your bed the night before. So that when you wake up, you drink the water. When I wake up, when I wake up in the morning, I want to go for my walk. I want to do my exercise. So what you should do the night before is to bring out your gym clothes, your sneakers, or whatever your workout equipment or apparatuses. And then, so that when you wake up in the morning, it's not that time now start looking for gym clothes or socks or shoe where you kept it. You just already within you. So just to change into that, and then you start your workout. So you have to be intentional about it. Our bodies are created to thrive and not to struggle to survive. We are created to thrive. There is a lot of unhealthy, and this is just the physical. There is emotional trouble. There is mood disorder, depression, anxiety disorder. I believe we'll talk mental health, right? It's common. All of us are depressed. We don't even know. Taking care of our body is our individual responsibility. Nobody will do that for you. You're going to do it for yourself. Let us make a commitment today. Some of us have put 5 fruits a day. If that's realistic enough for you, that's no problem. But you can just start with 2. If you love to take Coca-Cola too much, 10 bottles a day, start cutting it down to 9, to 8, to 3. If it is 3 before, start cutting it down to 2, to 2.5, to 1, to half, to before you finally stop. Okay, so start cutting it down, and it's something that we can do. We learned this thing, we can unlearn it, and you can inculcate and install new habits. So I hope that with these few points of mine, I have been able to convince you. We can move on to the next slide. I can't remember what is there, but I thank you for listening. I have been able to convince you and not to confuse you that you need to stay healthy, you need to thrive. Our bodies are created to thrive. In your industry, you need to thrive. You need to, if you are making plenty of money, you need help. You need to be in health to spend and enjoy your money. No be say you come hustle, don't make go hustle when you're now 40, 50, you're supposed to be traveling and enjoying yourself. You now start servicing one illness. I don't think anybody wants that. So to ensure good health, eat lightly, breathe deeply, live moderately, cultivate cheerfulness, and maintain interest in life. Okay, I hope that it's been value for our time, both my time and your time. Thank you very much for listening. I think this is the time to take questions if there are questions, so that I can get out of your faces and you can continue your event. Thank you. Admin, over to you, sir. Your host.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Ketch. Guys, please can we put on the chat box? Thank you, Dr. Ketch. Thank you, Dr. Ketch. It was really an amazing session, and we are truly grateful for this session because this is actually very, like, it is very, very important. Health, and as they say, health is wealth. It is our health that enables us to, function properly even at our jobs. When you are not healthy, you will not be able to perform. You'll not be able to work efficiently and even effectively. So thank you. Please, if anyone has questions, you can just raise your hand or you can just drop on the chat box what your question is. Please drop on the chat box. So Dr. Ketch, I have a question, right? And the reason I want to ask this question is because so many people have kind of they insulted me in the past. So I love drinking Coke. Like I love Coke, and sometimes I can do like before I used to do like Coke every day, like one Coke every day, or let's say once in 3 days, once in 2 days, like that. And I used to tell people when people tell me that, well, you like drinking Coke too much, it's not good for your health. I tell them that my body metabolizes sugar faster, and I need to drink Coke for me to maintain my sugar level. And I know that there was a time that a doctor actually recommended me to be drinking Coke every day because I was looking very pale. My eyes were inside and I was not looking very strong. So my question is, does our body truly metabolize sugar separately? That's my question, Dr. Ketch.
Okay, yes, thank you. That's a very good question. So yeah, some people have fast metabolism. Some people have there is something that is a phenomenon called all these white fat, brown fat, and all of that. Some may be a medical condition, so like people who have what we call hyperthyroidism, and some illnesses, they can, their body is always breaking down glucose, so you see them losing weight and all. But then there's no nutrient in Coke now. There's nothing there. Rather than taking Coke, go and take fruit, right? Take apple, take fruit, take food. There's no, I don't know who recommended. I used to know that doctor. The only time that we encourage people to take Coke is people who have people who have diabetes and they have insulin, and then at any time, especially if they do not monitor their sugar very well, they can go into what we call hypoglycemia, so low blood sugar, and they can faint, and that would even kill faster. So you want to just make them have Coke somewhere or fruit juice, just somewhere for quick sugar, one glass, and then the body gets itself. But I mean, you shouldn't go into hypoglycemia every day, right? So you just on some rare occasions. That's the only time. I don't know who says you should be taking Coke, because whether your body metabolizes sugar or not, Coke is quick sugar. Coke is like simple sugar. That's what is there, most of these fruit juices. So it raises the blood sugar very high. It causes a quick surge of and I don't want to use medical terms, so I'm trying to use simple terms. So it causes a quick surge. And if your body does not use it, if you don't expend it, it goes to store up as fat. How much metabolism, how much activity are you doing that the body is expending the sugar? Okay, so that's what it does. So it goes high so much, and if there's too much sugar in the bloodstream, the body uses what it wants to do, and the remaining will be stored up in the liver, in the spleen, in the muscles as fat. And when you do this over time, there's no how that person will gain weight. And when you are not maybe gymming or you are expending sugar, even some people who do all of those things, that's not the kind of sugar your body needs. Because again, like I said, carbohydrate, the end product of carbohydrate is sugar. So even if you eat yam, you drink Coke, last not sugar. But what is the quality of the sugar? How is the sugar affecting the cells in the body? Because these diseases, hypertension, diabetes, cancer, they start from the cells. Okay, so what is the quality of the things you are feeding the cells with? That's the bottom line. So are you taking water? Are you taking fruit? The fruit that we are taking, apart from the sugar, it also has what we call phytochemicals, antioxidants, that help to mop up all of the processes that go on in the body, metabolic processes that go up in the body. And those are the basis for some of these diseases. Okay, so it's not sugar. Yeah, people can have a faster metabolism, slower than others. Some may be health related, some because of activity. A man who, I will not tell a bricklayer, for example, I can tell a banker to maybe do intermittent fasting, because they are going to be on your desk practically all through the day or most part of the morning. So maybe have maybe a light breakfast, or you may not even eat at all, or you just take pap. But I will not tell a bricklayer to take pap. I will tell a bricklayer to go and eat maybe a bar in the morning, because he's going to do something strenuous, carrying or molding blocks. Do you understand? So those ones, they have faster metabolism. There are also some foods that boost metabolism. Foods like pepper. Pepper increases metabolism. Apple, so many things like that. There are some foods that are also metabolism boosters. Ginger, turmeric, and co. But saying that because you have faster metabolism, you should not be taking sugar. No, I'm not sure why or what happened, why the doctor said that. But I don't think it's healthy.
All right, thank you so much, Dr. Ketch. So I can't see any question on the chat, but I have another question. And in terms of that body metabolism, so mental activity, in terms of how often, like, your brain is, like, should I say, thinking, or maybe you are really working on a particular, because see, most time when I'm working, because I work with laptops and screens like that, and when I'm very hungry, like maybe let's say I'm fasting, I see that I really can't do some mental activities. Like I might not be able to think like about what I'm currently working on, like, because it's not just so clear. There's no clarity. But once I eat and then I come back to my screen, there is more clarity. So I wanted to compare mental activity to physical activity. So, like, does mental activity also sap sugar? Like, does it like, do you need food and maybe enough sugar for you to be active, like, mentally, and also apart from physical, because physically everybody knows that you need food for strength, but what about mentally as well?
Yeah, you need food though. If I used to say that mental for me, using mental energy is more stressful. My work is mostly mental, right? Every day I get to decide whether a patient dies or not, and that's a lot of that's practically what I do. So that's a lot of responsibility. So if you see 10 patients, the one decision can tilt the patient to death or life or complications. So even doctors said we need food. And I used to say that this is just on mental notes. We doctors, we tell people to sleep well, we tell people to do all of these things, but now we know they sleep. Now we do calls and
Right.
this a cranky doctor. I'm not go vex for that doctor. The doctor has not slept. So that's just on the light hand that everyone, you guys should use on your doctor. So yes, mental energy is stressful. It's very stressful. But the truth of the matter is, see, there's something we call basic metabolic rate. About 70, more than 70, even as high as 80% of the body's process. Like, we are not doing anything. You understand? We are not doing anything. We are not sleeping. We are not doing anything. The body expends more than 80% of the energy we take in. About 2007. Let me put that 18 or 1,600. So the brain function, the body is using energy to digest glucose as I'm talking. Do you understand? So the body is working even when you think, quote and unquote, you are not working. So that we call it basal, like baseline, you are not working. So even the so-called exercise just adds up another 10% of that makes up another 10%. So we are not doing anything, you are not exercising, you are not doing anything. The body is working, the body is actively working. Even when you are sleeping, you are burning calories while you sleep. Do you understand? So not now talk of something that is always active. The brain thrives on glucose. I've mentioned earlier for people who have type 2 diabetes, who have type 1, or whether type 2 they have insulin, and then the sugar goes so low, they can die in 5 minutes because there's no sugar. The brain can die. They can suffer brain death within 5 minutes if sugar does not go to the brain. So if you are hungry, and one of the signs of hypoglycemia is that brain fog, mental, unclarity, you're tired, you're dizzy, you have headaches, you're sweating, your hands are shaking, your sugar is low. So go and eat. So the question is, what are you eating? Do you understand? So as much as possible, you want to have healthy snacks around. You want to have maybe coconut, you want to have granite, you want to have fruits. It's not chin-chin, puff-puff, plantain chips. Those are fried. You eat it, no problem. But how about you cuckoo? Rather than those things, let there be fruits in the house. Let there be apple. Let there be cashew nuts, right? Let there be coconut. Let there be mango. So that, and you put it somewhere that is visible on your table. It can even be on your work table. As long as they catch you, carry one apple, chop. You get, well, another of us, we have with chin-chin, peanut, those are things that we have as snack. But you can have fruits as snack. You can have coconut, tiger nut, fantastic. Why did I want wash them? Fantastic snack. You can use it for breakfast safe. So tiger nut is very versatile. Okay, so use and wash and put them one corner. The munch, of course, you can gain weight if you take it too much. Portion control again, because as much as it is healthy, it also has calories. So it does your body a lot of good. It's more fiber to your gut, more energy, more protein, more good sugar than these other fried stuff and things that are not unprocessed foods. So that's the.
Thank you so much, Doctor. So there are 3 questions on the chat box. The first one is from Ademola. He said he needs advice about suya consumption. Even me, I'm in this. So he needs advice about suya consumption. Is there a benefit like that?
So for suya, okay, so number one, if you are the one making the beef, I said earlier, we should minimize animal protein because it has these beefs are those animals, they have a lot of saturated fats, which can increase the bad cholesterol in the body. So one, you need to cut down on that. So that's one. So two, if you're the one there, if you now decide that you want to buy the meat, are you the one grilling it? Suya is grilled kidney now. So what's the mode of preparation of this sugar? Mind some of them they use charcoal. So there is all of this shaping and geology now, all this hydrocarbon. So that's what you're consuming. So that can also happen. But if you're going to buy it, you grill it, you get your pepper. I mean, those pepper, some of them put sugar, maybe, but I know that some of them there's still a lot of good spices in there: ginger, garlic, turmeric, salt, and then pepper itself. So they put all of those things there. If you're going to, I'm not going to say you should take out your enjoyment, no, but I mean, you can just eat it once in 2 weeks, once in a month. It's not something that, again, one thing I need to emphasize again is there's something we call 80-20 rule. So as much as possible, 80% of the time, eat healthy. So that, because if you see me outside drinking Coke, that may just be the Coke I'm taking in the last 6 months. And if I go to, what's that? Olaipa and I went for Trainers Academy. We are not eating at the right time. Like, we're not eating. I'm sure that was one night we ate around 10 at 11 that we had to order food. But that's not my way of life. But because the schedule now, so training enter this thing, and we're looking for food. That was the time we got food. Sometimes they will serve donut and something, and somebody has to eat. So, but that's just one out of, it's not every day. It's not every month. It's not something that sometimes you just want to eat all of those things. Eat by, oh, no, voila. But your next meal shouldn't be that. Okay, so if it is suya once in a week or once in 2 weeks, oh yeah, no voila, at all. Is there a benefit? Benefit, suya na meat, so maybe protein. Again, the preparation, the hygiene of people. Some people don't chop suya, they don't go from there because of food poisoning, bacteria and all those other harmful substances, harmful organisms getting into the body. So that's my take on suya. I'm not going to say don't eat it. I won't say eat it, but too much consumption of that can affect your body. High cholesterol can even lead to colon cancer. Can lead to
Thank you
colon
so
cancer.
much.
Too much of it, yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Ketch. All right, so FG asked the question. She said, what do you suggest is an easier way of preventing oneself from stopping an alarm while still on bed to go back to bed and sleep?
Don't set the alarm now. It don't pass like that. If you don't say you won't wake up around 8, set your alarm for 8 o'clock or 7:50. If you don't say you don't want to wake up, off alarm. That's what me and my husband used to fight. Me, I have plenty alarm, but I used to wake up. So if you don't want that's the easier way now. Preventing oneself from stopping an alarm. Don't set the alarm. Or you keep the alarm far from you. Keep the maybe phone. If you are sleeping in the room, keep the phone somewhere that you hear it ring, but your hand cannot easily reach it. So that you will stand up, go pick up. But if you're like me, either I stand up or I no stand up, you not sleep, still in my body. I can decide to sleep the sleep. So it's discipline. Why did you set the alarm? Is it for an interview? Is it for exercise? If the reason why you set the alarm is very important, you will stand up. Even before the alarm rings, you will stand up.
Spot on.
So
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Ketch. All right, so Ademola asked another question. He said, I heard about smoking is medically recommended. How true is that?
It's not recommended though. Smokers are still able to die young. But I know that there's no condition. But that condition is not common. I don't know if it's endometrial cancer or I can't remember. But it's just one. There is one particular condition like that smoking provides benefits. But smokers are liable to die young. See, there's no anything. Cancer, hypertension, diabetes, kidney disease. If as a doctor you go for exam, they ask you what are the risk factors. If you mention smoking, alcohol, you will pass, you won't fail. Those are toxic substances. Please, there's no recommendation. No. Whether even those people, all of you that are drinking red wine, say red wine is good for the heart. Good wine for heart, cocoa. Yeah, we are ready that there's no amount of alcohol is good for the heart. If you want to drink red wine, maybe it's grape, go and buy grape and chop. Buy the grape and eat. Okay, buy the grapes and eat. No amount of alcohol is good now. And there's a lot of liver complications amongst young people. Alcoholic liver disease leading to liver cancers and liver failures. If I work in usage, so for you now, for those of us in Lagos, just locate depending on where you are, locate a teaching hospital and just go for a stroll. Like just even do that one day. Just say, I think I even go see wetin dey happen for all these hospitals. Enter ward, like say you know person dey waka or just dey waka for corridor. You now see people, young, old, especially young people. Internal medicine, you see them liver cancers. There was a night I was on call. And the sad thing is, by the time you certify a lot of people dead, it now looks like you don't feel it anymore. In fact, okay, let me not digress. I hope I'm answering that question.
Yes, Dr. Ketch.
There was a time I think a colleague of mine was on call and there was a bad patient on the ward. So when we are taking over, I said, this patient will soon die. You will know that this one cannot survive tonight. If you survive, it will be a miracle. And then the nurse now called, hey, doctor. And then the question was, is the patient dead? Like, it gets to that point, you're like, is the patient dead? say no, patient has not died with something, but the patient even still died that night. So there's a lot of, so when you see all of this, so it just makes sense to just keep shouting, don't do this, health promotion, because people outside, they don't see these things. You will know that cancer is very common until you attend the cancer clinic and you're like, what's going on? Okay, so these diseases, they are there, they are with us, honestly. Stroke, cancer, there are plenty. There are plenty. You just need to visit a particular clinic to see them. And some of them are preventable with a healthy lifestyle.
Hmm.
So,
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Ketch. So I think that's the end of all of our questions.
yeah.
You have really shared a lot with us this morning, right? And I'll just call on the YP lead, who will be represented by our GenSec for the vote of thanks, so we can allow you to do some other things. All right, over to you, YP lead.
Hello, can you hear me?
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, sorry, Abel. I just wanted to speak, but I think I will allow Abel to do the vote of thanks. But my network has been really poor, but I was able to follow through, and I know that on our WhatsApp group, there have been several engagements about this session. I want to really thank you, Dr. Nkechi Iwuala, for this insightful conversation. I mean, there are many things we take for granted, and I always wonder, for people like us that stay in Lagos, are we going to be able to really adhere to some of these healthy tips or build these healthy habits? But again, on behalf of the YP community, we really want to say a big thank you to you for sharing some of these insightful tips with us, and then to everyone that has joined us as well. I want to say thank you. Our numbers are typically not like this, but again, I know that as we continue to grow as a community, we'll get more people to join us on board. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for also creating time to share some of these tips with us. I know you could have also chosen to be elsewhere, but you chose to be with us here at NAPE YP. And to Lighton, thank you so much. She also helped to facilitate this training, and to every other person on the team that has helped to organize this. I want to say a big thank you to each and every one of you. Thank you all. Let's continue to live healthy. Have a nice weekend.
Yeah. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ketch.
Enjoy your day.
Someone just,
All
I think I
right.
just saw a question. Okay. Abi, you can just take over.
Okay.
First, you go to the
Okay.
hospital.
Thank you very much.
I'm trying to log out. No,
You
sure.
can go ahead.
First, you go to the hospital. Honestly, there's a part of one of the mainstays of treating hypertension is lifestyle modification. So it will be told the person in clinic. So luckily, if the person meets a lifestyle medicine specialist or uncle, the person gets good advice. If not, the person needs a health coach. So, all right. I'm trying to see. After you say this, my screen, a lot of things are hiding somewhere. So just exit me. I'm unable to click the button.
All right, no problem, Dr. Ketch.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure.
Thank you so much, Ma. Thank you. It's a pleasure.
All right. Thank you very much. Dr. Nkechi, if you can hear me, thank you so much. Of course, those advice and the one we promised to, put to use, I've personally penned them down, and I will start observing those things. So just to do a bit of an announcement. So yeah, so I hope you can still see my screen. Can we still see my screen?
Yes, I can see your
Okay,
screen.
okay. Okay, thank you very much. So I'll just quickly rush through the announcement here. So on the screen, you have the YPS call, as you already know. Them, that's Olaiton, that's Event and Welfare Manager. You've been hearing her voice. And you also heard Mr. Shemun's voice as the YP lead. And now you are hearing my voice, Abioye. I'm the publicity secretary. And Hebel at the center, he gave the opening remark. You heard his voice earlier. Yeah, so and some other experts to present on the call. So yesterday, just want to wish our president, the NAPE president, yesterday was his birthday, Mr. John Bosco Uche. And we're thanking him for, his inspiring leadership and dedication to NAPE. So you almost see him traveling here, traveling there, making sure to even the list of student chapter inauguration is always around, making sure everything is fine, and all that. So we are really wishing him, a year full of impact and great accomplishment. Thank you so much, Sir John Bosco Uche, for everything you do at NAPE. Thank you very much. Yeah. So then we also want us to look out for a technical series in August, though it's still tentative because we have a lot of programs coming up in August. For instance, in August, we have the mini conference, which is happening in Kwasu, and we also have NAPE at 50 celebration, which is also coming up. So, but tentatively, we'll be having a technical series. Yeah, so just to do a bit of to refresh our memory, our last outing was the 2025 World Hydrography Survey, Hydrography Day rather, and we're with the Nigerian Navy. So at NNS Beecroft in Lagos. So these are some of the pictures taken during the events, the attendees, registration stand, and we're able to learn about their operations and how they go about their daily work and the vital role they play, in the industry, even as we know that they play both a diplomatic and what is it called a security on the part. You understand? So their role is too. So of course they enforce some laws on the waterways and all that, and they also play diplomatic role. Yeah, so these are pictures from the session. We have students coming, secondary school students and all that, and we visited the deck, we're shown around on their basic operation, what they are currently doing and what they are doing in few days from that time. Yeah, so just yeah. Yeah, so see, these are representatives from NAPE YP. You can see some faces there. And yeah, so this is a picture section with the captain of the ship and some of their other top officials and the NAPE YP escorts and members. Yeah, so just to skip that, yeah, just keep talking about time. So yeah, our last technical meeting in June was seismic to well tie application and common pitfall. So we had about 10 winners for our quiz, and everybody have been credited so far. And all our recording our YouTube. So if you have not seen, please also check. So also after now, latest by Tuesday, will have this recording of this section also on YouTube. So always look out for YouTube. Always look out. Yeah, I mentioned earlier our mini conference is here. So mini conference is next month. University students or leader, you are seeing this and you have not registered your school for the inter-university geoscience challenge bowl, please do well to do that. Send your your student name, or fill the registration form. The link is right on the screen. And if you have not registered, please do that. It's already past late registration. Now for students, registered students, it is 20,000 naira. For non-NAPE member or NMGS student, it is 30,000 naira now. And if you're a professional, you want to join in also, it is now 40,000 naira. So please, let's stay tuned to this and, prepare ahead. So who is excited? Like I said earlier, also, we're having a NAPE 50th anniversary, and the team is pioneering the future of energy in Africa. So you tell me that you agree with me that it's been a long ride all the way, from year 1 to year 50. So it's a major milestone. And I want us to really tune into this next month, Thursday, 14th of August, 2025, at a hotel and suite. Yeah, so majorly, the aim is, to honor NAPE legacy, spotlight the impact of Nigeria professionals in the energy sector and chart a visionary course for its future. So now it's more like what's the way ahead? What's the way ahead? Which way to go? So you want to be there to really join in the conversation to see what our look ahead is. So the key highlight for that day is presentation and panel section. So then we also have a Golden Jubilee Gala night and recognition, and also NAPE legacy documentary and historical timeline, which is of course 1975 to 2025. So there we commemorate commemorative magazine featuring retrospectives and visionary insights. So these are things you don't want to miss, of course. You don't want to miss. So now we all know every time we keep, bringing it to our remembrance, bringing it to our face, pay your due and all that. Student membership, you're supposed to update your membership yearly for 2,000 naira only. Then active membership, which also includes the YP members, 12,000 naira yearly. So if you have not upgraded to, what's it called, an active member, being a YP, and you are still on student membership, you need to upgrade. Now, because for instance, now, conference registration for YP is for this year is 100,000 naira. That's the main conference. But if, there's a discount, more like a slash price for YP, active YP member for just 50,000 naira. These are part of the benefits. You understand? So, just so you know that you need to upgrade your membership. An associate member, of course, 12,000 naira. Corporate member, 50,000 naira. So you have the contact of our registration officer, Mr. Mayowa. So his number is on the screen and the account number is also on the screen. So when you make payment, you can always reach Mr. Mayowa anytime of the day, of the working hour, of course. So yeah, so thank you very much. I also always encourage us to follow us on all social media and let's engage our posts. You understand? Anytime we see any events that is going to hold, let's share with people that it will benefit, just like the one we have today. You can imagine a lot has been said. Now imagine for those who are not here. Now, we peradventure they listen to the recordings, but those who are not here or who did not eventually listen to the recordings. So how would they even navigate or to even know that there are some things they are doing that are even dangerous, not helping their health? And we know we are young professionals. It's so sad now that when you hear of people that are more having more of the health challenge now are more of the younger people. You understand? The young ones, because we are the one our own time. That's when they have shawarma. It's our own time that they have big, big burgers. It's our own time that they have. So you can imagine. So, and if we really ask, even the natural way that we know, how many of us are really still taking the basic things like the herb, the exercise, most of us work from home. Most of us we chat sitting down, lying down, at our convenience. So I just always want us to really encourage people to join, meetings like this. So let's always post, our mentees, our mentors, share with them, share with people your timeline, your companies, your group of friends, your company, like where you work and all that. And let's help everybody so we can grow together as a community. So thank you very much for today. Thank you for joining. And we hope to see you in our next meeting. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Abi. Bye.